Hey guys, I'm Dave and I'm from the Thinline band. We've got a gig tonight and we've just finished setting up. So I thought we might do a bit of a tech tour of the Thinline and show you guys what we're using, introduce you to some of the band members, and go from there. I'll go get. Oh yeah, here's Jethro. Jethro is our drummer.
There you go.
Alright, Jet, do you want to just tell us a bit about your drum kit, what you're playing?
Yeah, no, I'd love to. This has taken a couple of years to build up all the gear that's around here. It looks very busy, but they've all got a purpose. Start off with the actual drum kit. It's a Pearl Vision. It's got an extra little tiny tom here that you can kind of get a couple of different sounds out of. The story is I've got it pretty cheap out of second hand. This old Ukrainian bloke was selling it for his son, who just said, look, just get rid of it. And I basically picked up, I think, a bargain, because when we got it, it looked a bit shoddy and all the skins were shot. But once we put new Evans skins on, it just sounded absolutely mint, and it came up great. Love the black finish. I just think it really fits in with the band and the style.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've just recently got is some cymbals. I've got a Sabian pack. It's a nice versatile pack for all sorts of situations.
Yep. And you just got them from like Cosmic or something? Or?
No, I got them from June Light Music actually. They were getting, it was kind of it was off the shop front. I got a pretty good price for all of them. So really happy. It's kind of a brighter kind of sound.
Yeah.
So I think so that you can actually mic them up though, mic up the toms. Oh, actually, the other thing about that I've got here that I've loved is the snare weights. Now these are kind of just bits of leather. They're from America, and you put them on like so, and they just take out the ring and the resonance out of the tom, and we find that it just really helps just with the sound, just making it a bit more crisp and a bit more.
Yeah.
So kind
tightens
of
it up, makes a huge difference front of house. Yeah.
So they've been a great purchase. They have.
Yeah, cool. And you've got these triggers here?
Oh yeah, the triggers, they actually connect onto my Roland SPD SX over here. So what it does, I can talk a little about the Roland and then.
So we'll just start with this. So you've got Roland triggers as well?
I've got Roland triggers. This one here is an RT30 for the toms.
And you've just got one? Or?
No, I've actually got two of those. So I've got one down here for the floor tom, and one up here for the tiny one.
Yep.
Then I've got a dual trigger here with the snare. Now this has actually got the versatility because I can actually make it trigger with either the snare or the rim. So it's kind of got two there that you can do some things there as well. And then I've also got a kick trigger as well, a Roland kick, and that one's a RT30K.
Yep.
So that one there does the kick. Now all four of those go into the Roland SPD SX. And what happens with the trigger is that you hit the tom, it'll trigger a sound in here, and sometimes it's just a random kind of sound, but often it's something to just accentuate something.
Yeah.
So for the snare, I'll just add a different snare sound for particular songs. For the kick, I can actually add a bit more of a punchier kick, or a bit more of a bassier kick, or with a bit more resonance, or a bit more reverb, and that just makes a difference with the feel of the song. So
they just run into the back of your SPD, and then you just
it's I've actually got to use these Hoser cables to do that.
Yep.
Because the Roland decided that the triggers are in stereo, so it's 1-2. So you need a special adapter to actually get a stereo
to go
out
to
to
one. Yep.
Well, yeah, out to female.
Yeah.
Like so you can sort of hear it as it goes in and out.
Yep.
So there's some special Hoser cables for that actually work really well as well.
Yep.
High quality and good gear. The other thing we needed to mic up the gear is Sennheiser E600 series mics. They are fantastic value for money in terms of I think you get good bang for your buck when it comes to these, and they sound amazing, and they make once it's all mic'd up, it's amazing, and they sound brilliant through the in-ears. So in-ears, I'm running here Audio Fly AF180s. This is a bit more of the top end of the range, not quite at the top, but it's they're reasonable. And I bought these because of there's more drivers in here, which means that there's more of a bass sound, which means I can hear my kick, I can hear Tim's bass, I can hear Tim's voice, I can hear everything around with a good range, and there's a low impedance, and so yeah, rock it up.
And you're just running into a Behringer power back.
Yep, that's it, and it works fantastically well. It hasn't failed me.
Yeah.
So and it's
stereo.
Yeah, it's been it's running in stereo, so that's really great. And one thing I've got to say is, if you're a drummer, get in-ears, because it just saves your hearing like nothing else. First couple of gigs, didn't have any ears, and my ears were ringing the next couple of days. These things here just mean that you can actually hear what you need to hear. You can, I do backup vocals, so it's kind of helpful to try and match harmonies.
Yep.
And yeah, as I said, but the main thing is it just really helps to protect hearing.
And you've got your MacBook there. We're not running any tracks or anything. You just want to...
Yeah, no, not yet. Won't be running any tracks quite yet. But yeah, I'm just running that. Actually, I'm actually running this into the SPD SX, and actually out of the SPD SX into the system, so that, you know, in between music I can just quickly go, yep, and then there's in between music, in between our sets. So,
and just your iPad there. Do you want to tell us what that's for as well?
Yeah, the Apple iPad. This is the iPad Pro, the old version. For the big screen, it's fantastic. And we're using Music Stand here, which has a bunch of features, but you can sort of see my little notes I've got here of sometimes I need to change what I'm using, either sticks or hot rods or something. That's usually the number that's on the SPD. Obviously don't play that anymore, and I've just got some little notes of what I'm doing. Up here it also is the tempo, which helps with the flash, because it just kind of keeps me, you know, not going too quick, because I tend to, you know, get a little bit quicker and get a bit excited about things. So it just kind of helps me to keep in time. And I think that the other guys appreciate it too.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
And you're running radial DI, so
yep.
That's
So
pretty good.
Yep, the radial, it's with two out, so you can either have those two separate things or stereo, and we enjoy that.
Yeah,
So
good DI.
yeah, and I've got the stands as well, which these are the E614s, the Sennheisers for the overheads.
Yeah.
So in total it's a 7 microphone set, which I'm really happy with.
Yeah.
I think it works really well.
Cool. Thanks, Jeffrey.
No worries.
This is Tim, our bassist. Hi, Tim. Tim, we're just doing a bit of a rundown of stuff that we use. So, want to tell us a little bit about what guitar you're using?
Currently number one is Cole Clark bass. Cole Clark are an Australian company based out of Melbourne, Victoria, and this is designed in collaboration with a guy named Neil Kennedy. So yeah, neck through, string through, running elixirs, Aguilar, active pickups. So it's got active, passive. Action's a little high at the moment, but it's an extremely nice. I'm not sure of the shape of the neck, but it is one of the most funky feeling. It's just really comfortable. I actually play better bass on this than any other instrument.
Yeah, sounds great too.
Yeah, so this is number one. The old bass is this one here. Old made in Mexico Fender P. It's all stock, running, I'm not sure what the gauge are, but they're heavy String Joy branded strings, so tuned to D stand.
So is this just a backup guitar, or what do you do with this?
At the moment it's mostly backup, because I mean, I play country rock, don't really need to change bass too much, which is pretty handy. But yeah, it's just there in case something goes wrong, and you know, you play like something a bit more rocky, a bit more punchier. This works really well for that. And string locks, or strap locks on all my instruments. Dropped too many instruments over the years.
Cool. So what are you running this into?
Much like yourself, Dave, used to run amps and bass amps, and electric guitar amps are insanely heavy. And a few years ago, Line 6 brought out the Helix range of gear, and I got the LT because that suits my purposes. I'm a bit much for a bass player, but play a bit of guitar as well, so that works really well for that.
Yeah. Don't miss the scribble strips?
Nah. It doesn't faze me. But it's a magic piece of kit. Absolutely love it. Want to get my hands on a Stomp as well one day. And from there, the other essential bits of kit are the not very bass guitarish capo. Yeah, it's just because we've got so many covers and stuff. Sometimes it's just easier to put a capo on and play with everyone else as opposed to trying to, fluff around with that. Also, all run iPads, but this is Master Fader 4, so it's currently set up to do just my own fallback. So yeah, got a bit of Hayden, a bit of me, a bit of Jethro as vocals. Don't need my bass because I'm right near the sub, so it's nice and chunky. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And a Kathmandu water bottle. Bit of product placement.
Cool, thanks Tim.
Yep.
Alright, now we'll go find our lead singer and acoustic guitar player.
Yeah.
Good. We're just doing a bit of a tech tour for the Eastern Line. Thought we'd show everyone what we're running. Tell us a bit about your guitars.
So this is the main one I used tonight. It's a handmade guitar made by a friend of mine, Graham Westcombe, from Western Australia here.
Yep.
So it's based on a Martin D35, I think. It's AAA Spruce top, Indian Rosewood back and sides, Ebony fretboard, and some sort of German tuning pegs.
Yep.
So yeah, he learned his craft at Maton, and he made this for me. My wife bought it for our wedding 9 years ago, and last year I finally got a pickup put in it. So it's got a K&K acoustic pickup in it now, so it sounded pretty sweet. So that's the main one I used tonight.
Yep.
And this will be a backup. It's a Cole Clark Fat Lady 2, which is a solid guitar. It's a spruce top as well. I think it's Queensland maple back and sides, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like rosewood fretboard. So running 11 Alexia strings on both of them. This one's tuned down to E flat, so there's a couple of songs, Chicken Fried and Bad Moon Rising, which we do dropped back to E flat, so the backup and a slightly different tuning for that one.
And so show us your huge pedal board that you're running into.
Just take a deep breath. That's it, basically, just a tuning pedal.
So that's your Boss 2-3.
That's the one. Yeah. And then into the Pro 48 radial DI.
Yep. Cool. And it seems to sound pretty good through that DI.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be for an acoustic guitar one, so that's solid.
Cool. Nice. And you got a harmonica there too?
Yeah, just a Hohner blues harp for song 1 that we do. So sing of yes, so don't forget it.
Yeah, cool.
Certainly no expert at that one.
Nice. Cool, thanks.
Too easy. Want me to?
Yeah, we'll have a look at my gear now.
Yeah.
Alright. So we'll start with my guitars as well. So I'm just running a made in Mexico Fender Thinline. This has been a beautiful guitar. I've had it for 5 or so years now, I think. It's my go-to. It's actually my only guitar at the moment. I've sold all the rest of mine, this is I've just got humbuckers in it. Most of the time, stuff that we play, I'm just playing on the bridge or with both pickups. Sometimes there's a bit of lead, and we'll stick it on the neck, just get that beefier tone out. So that's it for that guitar. As a backup tonight, I also have this Strat. So this is actually Hayden's Strat, lead singer. This is a made in America Fender Strat. Beautiful action, beautiful sounding guitar. Good to play more with it, but
It's not really a country sounding guitar, is it?
No, yeah, that's right. So from all that, I'm a digital man too, so I've actually moved over to the Helix rack. So this is kind of the big daddy to Tim, our bass player's one. This is just a headphone amp. This is nothing. I just use that for the home studio, whatever. So basically, this is the digital unit, and then it's got a cable that goes down to our 4 pedal unit here. So this is how you adjust all your drives. This is your pedal board essentially. So up here we've just got some delays, 3 different drives, reverb, gain or less. We've got an off or on humbucker or single coil switch, so it just adds a bit more brightness for your humbucker. If you put it on for your single coils, it adds a bit more of that bottom end. There's just a boost on it as well, but the great thing about Helix is that I don't have to just stick with 1 amp. So with this, I've got a few different ones. I've got matches, so that's your matchless amps. That's a stereo patch. Just some boutique ones as well. Yeah, so I've got a few different ones there. But yeah, my go-to is the boutique or the matchless. Great sounding patches. They're made by a guy called Alex Strabbler. Actually, he's an amazing guitarist, and he sells his patches for like $5, and you're getting professional patches for a small price.
So that's taken from the amp,
Yep.
modelled amp, through to you adding.
Yep. So you've got your speakers,
yeah.
your microphones even, so you can switch between ribbon mics, 57s, like whatever you want.
Yeah.
I just find this is what works good for us.
So you can spend hours and hours making them yourself, or you can buy them for $5.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
get
Yeah,
professional quality.
There's so much to it. It's a bit of a steep learning curve, but once you get there, it really pays off for you.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just running a volume pedal. I do some swells, but it's also just a good cut-off switch as well. And I also use a Boss TU3 as a final tuner on the Helix. Isn't that great for my use? So yeah, that's my pedals for now. Yeah, I think that's it really.
So you go through the mixer and
Yeah, sort of stuff. So this is our mixer. This is a we're using a Mackie DL1608. These are great mixers. We've also we use the DL32R. Yeah, it's 16 channel. It's got 6 outputs as well, so 6 fallbacks. This is fantastic. We all get to have our own mixers, as we saw on Tim's before. So we're all running iPads to do our lyrics as well as to mix our own. I'll get to run this again, those. And then from the mixer, I should go to the front of house. So for our tops, we're running EV ZLXs, the 12s. We find these are awesome for the majority of the gigs that we do. These are all powered speakers, so so they're fantastic. And we're running into Mackie 18S thump subs, so these are 18-inch subwoofers. This is our first gig with the subs tonight, actually. But yeah, it's just great to be able to run one cord into your sub and then from your sub up to your top, so we're not running cables everywhere, and we don't have to carry amps around either, which is nice.
so how would this is a pretty decent sized room.
Yep.
How will we go tonight, you reckon?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit low, and bring the volume down a bit tonight, because this is probably, like for the room, it's probably good size, but depending on how many people are here and that. But they're allowed for 12s. And we've also got the 4 12 ZLXs for the foldbacks as well. Yep, so the speakers are great. For our microphones, just for our singers and stuff, we're just using the standard SM58s. Great standard mics.
So you can see there's a mic for all the singers. There's one right here as well. This is Dave's microphone.
I just like to know the drummer. I don't sing.
Talk about that, Dave. So you talk to Jethro on the drums through that microphone, but he doesn't actually sing.
Yep. So just another thing. So I do the front of house for our band, the Eastern Line. So having the digital desk as well is fantastic, which means I can go out the front with an iPad and I can mix from there. We can play back recordings, get a good idea of what it's sounding like. But yeah, going to this, so I don't have this mic at front of house at all. Jethro's on the in-ear, so I use it just to talk to him. Majority of the time It's because he's playing too fast. I'm like, Jethro, slow down.
It's kind of spooky sometimes. He's playing along and all of a sudden you hear Dave going, slow down.
Yes, go on.
But no, it's really handy. There's just a few things sometimes, and we just need to communicate. And obviously, with the noises in ears that he uses, you can't hear much else. So, yeah, it's good like that. Obviously, we've been through the drum mics, and they've been a fantastic addition to our setup.
I guess the other thing that is a big advantage of being digital is that I can actually control my own in-ears, volumes, and what I want to do. So I just use my phone, which my daughter's just nicked off me now, and I get into the same program, the Mackie Master Fader. Well, we have to do 4 for this one because it's an older version, but I pretty much have that, but it's just for me and my in-ear. So I can actually sit there and turn up and down whoever I need to, and that's a massive thing to be able to just do that and not have to bother the person who's doing everything else around the place. So I find that a massive, huge plus. Yeah.
As a band without a sound engineer, it's the best thing for us. It's made gigging without a sound engineer possible, really. So it's been a really good investment. If you're a small band and you're looking for something to buy, we'd highly recommend the Mackie. The Behringer do a similar kind of thing, and so do Personas. But we've got the daddy of the Mackie as well, which I said before, the DL32R, and that's an amazing piece of gear too. So for the front of house system, that's pretty much it. The only other thing we've really got is
The log shot, eh?
yeah. Get it all.
Water bottle by Tupperware.
Yeah, the other thing is the lights. Jeff, do you want to run through the lights?
Yeah, so we didn't actually have our own light rig set up, and so on Facebook Market Sell, we actually someone was actually selling basically this very simple DMX unit plus 4 old cans here for a couple $100, and so we thought, you know what, let's have a crack. It was actually from, where's it from? Was it from Bruce Rock or Keller Brown or something like that? So he was finding it hard to get rid of it, and I was like, hey, I'm in muck and mood, and we met up in Meriden, and here we go. And so it's interesting because you've obviously got to learn a new language when it comes to DMX programming, which was good. It was fine.
So this is the first time that we've actually used a proper DMX controller. We had like little kind of things like this before in the past, but
you press something and just let it go. And
so this is a first for us tonight. So we'll see how we go.
So yeah, well we've it's good though. I think lights really adds something to a show. So if you can get any kind of lighting, I reckon it's a really good addition. Yeah.
And these are just ones that we're just borrowing for the night. So just a bit of stage wash. Yeah, I think that's most of our gear, isn't it? So yeah, we'll just run you to Hayden and we'll give you a bit of a rundown on who we are as a band and what kind of things we've done, and Hayes is just going to tell everyone about the who we are, what we play, and where we've been, maybe. Gigging places.
So yeah, we're the Eastern Line, so we're a country rock band out of Western Australia, and we've been going for a few years now. Played at Brook Country Music Festival, the Perth Stadium Open Day, and that sort of thing. So we've had some good gigs. Released our first EP last year, wasn't it? And picked up a couple of awards for that. WA Best Independent EP.
And the producer, just want to say a bit about him?
Yeah. So we actually met James Newhouse, our producer, at Boyart Brook the first time we played there, and so we recorded with him down at Bunbury, and he's recorded the Waves and numerous acts.
John Butler as well, right?
Has he? Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He does the sound for Boyart and a lot of big gigs. So yeah, amazing producer. So really happy with the way it came out. And as I said, won a couple of awards with it. Wham! Song of the Year as well for the country category last year. So so tonight we'll be running through those 5 songs off the EP plus a few more originals, and then as the night goes on and people get lubricated, we'll play some dancier stuff. But we try and make our own as well. But some covers, sort of like pub rock, a bit of Zach Brown. Lots of different stuff. So tonight is a reopening of the Beacon Country Club after the COVID shutdown, which they took the opportunity to renovate the place. So the place is looking great, and they wanted have something to thank all their sponsors, I think, and to get people back out after getting in the habit of not going out during the lockdown during the pandemic. So that's what we're here for tonight.
Yeah, cool. And this is our first gig in 6 months, isn't it? I think October was our last gig.
November last year.
November,
yeah.
yeah.
And we played one song at Boy Up. So, but yeah, it's a proper full gig. This is our first in 6 months.
Yep. Cool. All right. And that is the Eastern Line Tech Tour. Yeah, if you guys want to see any more stuff that we have or got any questions for us, please just leave a comment. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Yeah. Catches.